Okay. Well, once again, welcome. I'm Bonnie Goodwin, the coordinator of the OU Center for Adoption and Family Wellbeing. And we are so excited to host this conversation that we're going to have today with Oklahoma Complete Health. And they are here and excited to be able to share some information with you and the services and supports that they can provide for our families in Oklahoma in post-adoption. And we'll also hopefully have some time at the end for some questions for us to be able to have some good back and forth. So I do want to encourage you. I would love for you all to put your information, your name, and maybe where you're located in the state in the chat. So then that way we can know who you are and where you're coming in from. And at the end, Sierra, who is our lovely clinical program manager in the center, will be sharing a link at the very end of our time together today, where any families can click on that link and put your information in to be able to receive a certificate of attendance that you can use for foster care credit for training. So we'll do that at the end. Thank you, Tara. Welcome from Pauls Valley. And I am going to turn it over now to Nicole to be able to introduce herself.
Thank you, Dr. Goodwin. My name's Nicole Berland, and I am the Vice President of the Oklahoma Complete Health Children's Specialty Program. Thank you so much for allowing us to share some information and answer some questions today regarding our post-adoption members and the service and benefits that we provide. As a health plan, we started to manage the Senior Select population back in April of 2024, so we've been out this about 1 year now. And the Children's Specialty Program is specifically focused on Oklahoma's children who have been adopted and children in foster care and some of the children in OJA custody. Our post-adoption families are key membership, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to the Center of Adoption and Family Wellbeing today. So thank you. And if we could go ahead and introduce Johnny Ward, I've asked him to join me today and just be my wingman, provide some support.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Ward. I am the Director of Operations for the Children's Specialty Program, and I'm looking forward to the conversation today.
Excellent. All right. Well, I've got some good questions to be able to start our conversation off. So let me start with this. What Nicole, do you want the post-adopt families to know about the health plan?
Okay, well, there's a lot, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Number one, our team is here to help you in the way that you want to be helped. We want to customize our services to each and every one of our members. One important note for our post-adoption families is that it's super important that you contact your post-adoption worker and keep them updated if any of your contact information changes, your email addresses, your phone numbers, your addresses. The post-adoption worker is the key person that keeps that information and that makes sure that what's fed to us is accurate. And that's the way we receive information is directly from them. So that's really important. And I'll probably say it several times, sorry. Oklahoma Complete Health, or OCH, we receive all our information on our members, both from the Healthcare Authority and from OHS. And it's pretty common that we'll receive outdated information like maybe an old worker's name as a point of contact, or just you moved a couple years ago and didn't think to update the information, and so we don't have correct info. And this makes it really hard for us to reach our members and to reach our families and to educate you on the benefits of your health plan. So that being said, if for some reason you never received your member ID card or a welcome packet from us, please contact the Oklahoma Complete Health Member Services number. And our phone number is, somebody can probably stick it in the chat for me, but it's 833-752-1665. And that's our customer service line. And our member service folks are trained specifically to serve our CSP members, and they can update and make sure that they could send out your packet to you if you never received that. And then another way to access our resources is through our member portal. So you can go to member.oklahomacompletehealth.com and open your member portal, and you can have access to lots of information and, things like a digital member card or information about your care manager. We'll get to all that, but there's lots of information available on our member portal to you at on your phone or on your laptop or your computer. So that's one way you can update.
So Nicole, just to ask a follow-up question there. So you're saying that that there could be people who have um a connection, an account with you.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the right word is for
They
there.
they could be members right
Members,
now.
yes,
Uh-huh.
but they haven't received information because you don't have updated contact information.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. And we probably sent it somewhere into the abyss. The mailman took it somewhere to your old address or, to a worker, maybe just whatever information we last received. And it's really not uncommon for us to have a list, a pretty, and unfortunately, a pretty lengthy list of folks that we can't reach, that we've tried diligently through phone and mail to not and haven't been able to reach you.
Okay. So if you're out there listening to this and watching this, man, let's get you connected so you're able
Right.
to know what your benefits and what support can be is out there for you.
Right.
Okay. So next question. Families are concerned with the level of involvement of the health plan. How do families work with you to customize their care management?
Okay, so it all begins with your care manager. We call each and every member or guardian, in this case, will be the adult, will call to perform a health risk screening assessment. And that's really just so we can get to know your child and know their needs. And then we'll build a customized plan that'll meet the level of your preferred involvement. So we're not going to say we're going to call you 4 times a month because that's what we do. We want to work with you and see what's best for you and what's going to meet your needs. And that can change over time too. I want to say that. So depending on what's happening in your child's life at the time, um, based on their conditions or needs, we can increase or decrease at that anytime. We also use the time when we're completing that health risk screener. We use that time to enroll your child in specialty programs and to activate our value added benefits, which all of our value added services or value added benefits, sorry, we use those terms interchangeably. They are uniquely built for our post adoptive children and for the children's specialty program. They're different from the other plans. So these were created with you in mind. And our care managers will work with our members and families to come up with the goals that you set and to help with anything from healthcare to everyday needs. And those value added services will just kind of fill in the gaps and help support you. And then finally, the assessment, it can be completed at any time. We do try to complete it within the first 90 days of your becoming a member. But if at any time you go in and complete it, that's something else that can be done on the portal. You go complete it, and then just I'll go in and throw in here that we have a My Health Pays rewards program. And so there are many, many things that you can earn money on a visa, and this is one of them. So completing the health risk screener earns a credit or some dollars on your My Health Pays visa, and you'll get one of those for each member. If you have more than one child, you'll get one per for every child. And I think that's it. But again, just a plug to keep your information correct so that we can reach out and complete these things with you timely so that we can get the services and the value added services connected and turned on for you, if you will.
That's awesome. So I'm so glad that we're having this conversation because I'm learning
Okay.
quite a bit, and I'm so used to some kind of screener or a conversation, like that, unless it's really clear, like I'm talking to my therapist or something. Typically, screeners are trying to figure out, um, I don't know. It feels like sometimes there's a risk to engaging in some kind of screening, especially, with insurance or something like that. Because it's like, I don't know, I'm thinking of like life insurance. When I'm doing something like that, I know that something might come up and that might impact my benefit. But that's not what this is, right?
No,
Like this is the
no.
opposite of that, where it's almost to me this concept of case management of, hey, let's find out what's going on so we can get all the benefits to you
Right.
that could
Yeah.
really be helpful.
Which ones can we plug in where? So if we identify, um, let me think of one. So let's say your child might be potentially on this autism spectrum, then we have a sensory kit that is one of our value-added services. We can order that and you can help choose what's in it and we'll ship that to your house. So
Uh,
that's one example.
that's cool.
Others are, yeah, maybe um, it's tight money-wise this month and we could use a little extra so we can order a food voucher.
Wow.
Maybe you got a new child placed, a maybe you foster. I know you're adoptive parents, but lots of people
Do both.
foster first and then adopt.
Yeah.
We do have supports for our foster families as well. New meals. If a new child is placed, we'll send 14 meals to the home. So
Wow.
there's a huge list again available on the website for the full list, but lots of exciting ones that the screener we use that to help identify where we can plug those in for you.
Where you can get some really good benefits.
Yes.
Yeah. And
In
and
addition to the regular services that you're used to, oh, this child's having trouble adjusting in school. Maybe we can do some supportive counseling. Of course, those things are identified as well.
and did you say also that you can do the screener on a conversation with somebody on the phone,
Mhm.
but you can also do it online?
Yes. Yes. The
Awesome.
screener is on our portal. When you get logged in there, you can do that as well.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what does care management look like for a post-adoption family?
Mainly, let me see. The main difference is, again, these care managers. So each and every member in our children's specialty program is assigned a named care manager. So someone is assigned to your child, and you have a person that you would call. So you can call Oklahoma Complete Health and say, hey, I need to speak with Nicole. She's my care manager. You don't just get dumped into a queue, if you will. And then you will have that person's email, their phone number, and you can speak directly to them. So that is key. And each of these care managers are specially trained. We did a huge effort. It was actually really fun to go across the state and do hiring events. And so we went to, I don't know, all across the state and tried to hire care managers that live in each area of the state. So they know your region. Probably they may not live in your town, but at least they're going to know your region. They have experience working for in the system. They know OHS or DHS, child welfare. They know OJA. They've worked like myself, coming from the healthcare authority, working with Medicaid for many years. So our care managers have lots of experience, and we've also provided them with additional special training. They've all had the Science of Hope training. They've all had trauma-informed care training, among it's a very lengthy list of trainings that we put our care managers through. So that's some of the biggest differences, just that they know our population, which is special, and just want to emphasize that we chose these folks for a reason. We do have another contract and another program for the general population, but this is a specialty plan, and it is everybody. It was just very thoughtful the way they put it together.
I love that, Nicole. That's what
Oh, yes.
that's
Thanks.
what this is all about. Right?
Yes. And I did miss, I forgot to mention, we do the NTI case training as well with all of our care managers. They are trained and have that post-adoptive training as well.
Awesome, which is exactly what I was going to say,
Yes.
is that,
Thank you. The
this,
obvious one.
this space is really about that of what are some of those specialized needs access to really good, specific information and support. So I'm so grateful. First of all, thinking about the concept of being able to have the email of somebody who knows what's going on and has done some type of assessment with me to get me connected to benefits, I think is a really huge benefit there.
Yeah, our teams, I might be partial. They are amazing. I mean, it's really a neat experience to come together with people that have a shared passion for this population and the training and the experience and just bring that passion to work every day. So it's pretty cool.
It's big. So, what makes the children's specialty program uniquely specialized for post-adoptive member? I feel like maybe we touched on some of that, but I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to
Mm,
add.
I feel like I covered that one. Maybe I skipped. I just again, I should probably mention, so we have teams of care managers. The care management teams, depending on your child's need, they'll be assigned either to someone who has a behavioral health specialty background or maybe a physical health background. So we have licensed nurses, RNs, LPNs on our teams, and then we have LCSWs, LPCs, different behavioral health clinicians. So depending on the needs of your child, they're assigned specifically to a care manager with that expertise. Now, maybe they have both. They could have diabetes and depression or something, and then they will have two care managers sometimes, and those two care managers will work as a team to serve your family and complete what's needed, make the appropriate referrals because one person has one area of expertise and the other has the other.
Great. Okay, I see that Johnny put a link in the chat for value-added services. So I think that's maybe going more in depth on what are some of those benefits that our post-adoptive families receive.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, you're going to have to go to the link to see the whole thing, but I'll talk about a few. So we have things like a YMCA membership to keep kids active along with Boys and Girls Club memberships that we can sign your kids up for. We have a really cool one that we just updated this year for this coming year is our over-the-counter benefit, which I don't know if you're familiar with this, but um, this past year, we had the benefit was $50 per household per quarter. So every quarter you could go either online or go to CVS and there's a catalog where you can go look at hundreds of products and you can choose what products you might want to order. Anything from diapers to lotion to, I think the most popular item was actually toothbrushes. Um, so you can just order any number of things from CVS or go to the store, like I said. And so we've changed that one based on feedback. As some of our families have, quite a few kids, we changed it to it's now $30 per member per quarter. So depending on how many children you have, you get $30 per child. That's a member with Oklahoma Complete Health. And so you can go online and order that. There's an app and they will ship it to your house for free. So maybe you live more rural and it's not on the corner like it is where I live. They're on multiple ones within a mile. So that's a pretty cool benefit that I think is different from private insurance anyway. And then our transportation benefit is also really great. We can use, obviously, if transportation's an issue, we'll get you to and from your medically covered or the appointments that we've always covered. So if it's covered by your insurance, we would always transport you. But this is in addition. So anything to support the family, if there's maybe a need to get to a job interview or a class, um, parenting classes, anything like that, anything to support the family, we can additionally transport. And we'll transport, I believe it's up to four children. So not just the member and the parent, but you can bring the siblings along so you don't have to worry about a babysitter. This is another really cool one, I think, and tutoring for kindergarten through 12th grade. So our kids tend to get behind because they move around a lot if they're in the child welfare system, or just going through adjustments. Adoption is an adjustment. We can provide tutoring again, you just speak with your care manager. They'll get that ordered up for you, and our tutoring services will be in contact with the family and get a tutor connected with your family for your child. We have an extra orthodontia benefit. So I know everybody has dental coverage, at least if you have Sooner Care or Sooner Select, or you have dental coverage and it does cover orthodontia, but there are things that they don't cover. So we do have an additional orthodontia benefit for things that are not covered by your insurance. And those braces can be pricey. So that's a nice one. This one's fun. So we have a $150 care grant per member per year. And this one is just super flexible. You can use it for anything that will support positive development. So I don't know if your kids, maybe sign up for sports. We can pay their registration fees. We could maybe help buy their uniforms, buy art supplies. Maybe you have a child that needs culturally appropriate hair care. We can get their hair done, get their hair appointment taken care of, get their hair um, just cared for. Different, that's expensive. If you get braids for some children, that's pretty expensive. So this $150 can be really flexible. We've seen recently one of our members sent a picture in. She bought her prom dress with her care grant, and it was beautiful. And that was pretty cool. We do have Connected Kids training on attachment available. These are vouchers from Dr. Barbara Sorrells. We have those available to any family that asks for it. And Johnny is actually the keeper, I believe, of those vouchers. So get with your care manager and Johnny will issue that voucher for you if you want to do some training. We do offer art and music therapy for our CSP members. So this is very it's, it's just different because it's not a traditionally covered benefit by Medicaid or Sooner Care. So we're excited to bring that one on and hopefully be able to expand it and serve more kids. I don't know how many people have FFA in their schools, but we had the privilege of giving out some FFA scholarships this year, and we went down to the fairgrounds and saw actually our CEO Clay showed a heifer, so that was fun with one of the kids. But we do have FFA scholarships available if anybody wants to get their child involved and just some leadership skills that they can learn there, or if they're interested in the agriculture career. We do send birthday cards to our members ages 14 to 25. Those birthday cards will be sent to the address on file once again, so please get your address updated. And then I mentioned earlier the sensory kits. So those are available to any of our kids that we believe that, or you believe are on the spectrum. We'll send out the sensory support kits, and they have lots of fun stuff in them.
I feel like
So
everybody needs a sensory support kit.
yes, yeah, those fidget toys are pretty fun.
Yes, I am fidgeting with one right now.
Yeah,
Man, that's incredible. I'm
there's a
so
lot.
excited about the art and music therapy. Our team has been talking so much, our clinical team in post-adoption, as well as Sierra and I have been talking so much about the the body part,
Mhm.
right? Like we know that trauma impacts the body and kind of lives in the body for a long time.
Yes,
And so, all these important trauma processing things like TFCBT, EMDR are really critical, but then being able to add something that's connected to the body, or expressing feelings, thoughts, and self in a different way other than words. Man, I love that that is added into this list. And
great.
I also know, Nicole, that I think this is a growing list, right? Like we've even talked
Yes.
about some other things that you could continue to add to these value added benefits.
Yes. So we can just go ahead and skip to that. If you have ideas, I do want to ask this group just for your input because we are local. I should have said that at the beginning, but Oklahoma Complete Health, all of us live here, we work here, we worship here, and we want your input because we want this customized to Oklahomans. So we're always looking for new ideas, really for our value added services, specifically for our post adoption families. So if you have ideas about things that You heard that list. It's really broad and really all over the place. Almost anything could fit into it. So if there's a need that you say, I think they could plug that hole, please just send it to us. Bonnie has my email. My email's out there. It's nicole.berlin@oklahomacompletehealth.com. Very catchy. But feel free to send ideas to us because we are looking all the time to continue adding to that list and expanding it.
Love that. I love that. Okay, so could you tell us a success story from a post-adoptive member?
I can. So our care managers were, or I should say team member, because I don't know. We do have a big team. We have care managers, care navigators, we have community health workers. So there's lots of people that are supporting our families. We were working with a family who had adoptive siblings. And after getting to know the members a little bit, they found out that the kids were going to play basketball on their school teams and they needed new shoes and all the things that you need, socks, all that stuff that you need when you start a new sport. And the money was going to be a little bit tight. And so mom was thinking, well, I'll get to it, but I can't do it right out the gate at the beginning of the season. So she had plans to get it, but maybe couldn't get it right away. So once we found out about it, we were able to order those care grants that I was talking about, which was $150 per child, and the mom was able to take them shopping. They got to choose their own shoes. They were super excited and grateful. And they sent us a picture, which was adorable, with the kids with their new shoes. And they were able to have, new gear for the new season, which is exciting when you don't have to start with last year's stuff. And that was just a small way that the care grant, was able to support the family. And we were excited to see the outcome.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, when you're the kid that has to come with, maybe last year's stuff or not the right gear. That's different. Yeah, it's not fun. So that was really cool. Love seeing the smiles on their faces.
And I've spent a lot of time talking to parents and also adoptees of like what are some of the most helpful things, right? What are some of the needs, but
Yes.
also what's helped you the most? And actually sports and groups to connect with and do those kind of things, it hits what we were just talking about of where it's connecting with people in a good, healthy, happy, enjoyable way and moving your
Yes,
body in a way that you learn things, a lot of different things, but you're also being able to just get out there and move. And so sports teams, any type of hobbies, things like that. Like I think so often we see that as, something that's good, but maybe just an extracurricular, right? Like that's what we
right,
call it.
right.
But in reality, it's a big part of mental and physical health and social
Yes,
health, connecting to a team and a group of people that way.
I agree. It helps them have a sense of belonging and just, yeah, leadership, all kinds of things you can learn from those activities. So we do want to support them in any way we can. And the care grant is a great way. Super easy. We just order it up, send it to you, and you have the gift card and the money to spend on what you need.
And I love that there's a relationship because then you said the parents sent back pictures.
They did.
How cool is
Yeah,
that?
it was great. Yeah, we actually shared that at a one of our team meetings for the whole company. What I'm forgetting the name of our town hall or whatever. Anyway, it was great. It's good to see that the days are hard. There's some hard stuff that we hear and that we work on, but those are special. Absolutely, it would work for tumbling. Yes. Yep. Yep. We want to support that.
Man, tumbling's a
Perfect.
great
Yes.
get out some frustration. Oh,
Yeah.
this is very cool.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Nicole, I wanted to ask you before I open it up for questions or any other things that anybody wanted to chat about here. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch base on before?
Um, yes, you just talk to your care manager about the care grant if that's what you're interested in, and we can make that happen for you. No, just one more plug for it. There's been a lot of confusion about how to keep your info updated, and the key is your post-adoption worker to update your contact info and your address, phone number, and then answer the phone when your care manager calls because we want to connect with you and help understand how we can support you. We promise not to bombard you with phone calls and texts and emails, but we do want to connect and then set that, you tell us how frequently you want to connect or talk after that. We'll respect that.
Okay.
And oh, yes, thank you to Johnny who's reminding me. So right now is open enrollment, and it's important that you need to continue. If you're in Oklahoma Complete Health and Children's Specialty Program, that's great. You'll remain there. But if you are not in the Children's Specialty Program, maybe you were enrolled in Oklahoma Complete Health or another plan, you call your post-adoption worker to make your selection. That's how you choose your plan.
Okay. Okay, good. So out here, connect with your post-adopt worker that can then help you get connected. And I'm going to go ahead and drop my email address in the chat. So if you don't know who your post-adoption worker is or you haven't connected with them previously, email me at bgoodwin@ou.edu and we will figure out how to get you connected. We will find your post-adopt worker and get you connected so then they can connect you to OCH and get you your own care manager. That sounds like it's a great relationship to have with a person, a human,
Right.
which is a big
Yes.
deal.
I have thought of one more thing. So sometimes hard times do come, and we have just an amazing children's specialty program chief medical officer, Dr. Tessa Chesser. So I want to mention her as well. You really have access to a lot of experts and who are able to consult if your children are going through some hard times. So we have other team members too, pediatricians and family physicians that are all local here in Oklahoma and working to support our kiddos. So you have access to them as well, who can consult on your case.
Love Dr. Cheshire.
Yes,
One of my
she's
favorite,
amazing.
one of my favorite people. So incredibly smart, but also so just genuine and easy to connect with and
Yeah,
deeply cares about families and kids.
she does.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
would
Any
love to
question?
I'd love to invite anybody. You can go ahead and either put something in the chat if you want to ask a specific question, or if you like to unmute, please feel free. We'll give a minute to see if we have any real-time questions right now. I just want to call out Christina. I love that your picture is Minnie Mouse. That just makes me
Super cute.
right now.
Fun.
Hi, Tara.
I I do have a question. So I have two different adopted children, and I believe, like I was saying earlier, our care coordinator, I think is what she's called, is great. And I accidentally stumbled upon her from a foster kiddo, and I just said, "Can you please be mine because I love you so much?"
Oh.
So she's been helping me with my adopted kiddos now, but I believe both of my kids are on different plans. So do they need to be on the same plan, post-adoption?
So are they, one is assigned to Oklahoma, they're both with Oklahoma Complete Health?
Well, yes. I mean,
Okay, yeah, so that seems like it might have happened last year during open enrollment. Some people called and chose Oklahoma Complete Health. And then actually, anyway, it's a long story. If you didn't choose, you were supposed to automatically be enrolled in the Children's Specialty Program. The system is not quite set up yet at the Healthcare Authority to do that, so you have to select Children's Specialty. So yeah, if you want to move your other child over to Children's Specialty, so you have all the benefits we talked about today, you want to call your post-adoption worker and make that selection. And
perfect.
now's the time to do it. It's open enrollment's May 1st through June 13th, so now is the time to make that call.
Okay.
Good
Thank you so
question.
much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to ask a question not to get an answer in front of everybody, but to make sure that I get correct contact. I do work very closely with our case manager, but they have not been able to help me recently because we are having some very, very specialized mental health issues.
Mhm.
And I, uh, um, anyway, I need to talk to somebody above my care manager.
Okay.
I was looking at you, maybe I can have a conversation with you off and just because I am feeling super frustrated and defeated right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I would be more than happy to visit with you. Yes.
Okay.
Um, my
I did
my
go ahead.
email's in the chat. If you want to email me your phone number,
Okay,
I
I
would be
will do
happy to
that.
give you a call.
Okay, I will do
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leslie, I'm glad you hopped on here.
Yes.
Before.
I also emailed you too, Bonnie.
Okay, good.
Good.
I'm looking for resources everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. I'll look.
Yep. Thank you for speaking up. Happy to help.
Anyone else? Any other questions or things to throw out there? Okay. Yes. Nicole,
Yay.
thank you so very much for this great information. Thank you, Sierra. Sierra just put the link in the chat for if you need a certificate of attendance for this training. Please just click on that and we'll get that to you as soon as we can. You've got Nicole's email, you've got my email, you have the phone number and Christina, is the art therapy separate
Yes.
from regular counseling?
It is in addition. It's one of our value-added services. It'll be in addition to.
Great question. Yeah, far too
Yeah.
often I think we feel, and I think it's because of some of the, billing and things that happen when you look at different types of therapy, sometimes you're faced with this, I have to choose because of certain systematic things.
Right.
But the good news is that those experiential and some of the other things not only are through this plan are supported, but then also our center can also connect you with some support through the post-adoption clinical team as well. So
Yeah.
reach out, let us know if there's ways that we can support as a team coming together. You don't have to say goodbye to somebody who's been supportive of you to continue to add to your team of support. So we all we think they're all important. All right. Well,
Yay.
Nicole, Johnny, thank you guys so much for hopping on here. This was really, really helpful. Great information. We will get the recording out through our YouTube channel so you
Yep.
guys can keep it as well. You who are here in attendance, you can have it to reference back to if you need as well. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a great rest
Appreciate
of your
it.
day.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.